we're going to get away.
He's just on. Curtis actually, I was hanging out with him, and, you know, last event, come out in his hotel room, he stepped out of the shower, and he was like, "Let's do this, baby!"
Mic is on.
Let's get you this one. Now, we got to have Bob Barker have a microphone. One thing we forgot to do, dadgum wild clap. Let's do that, huh? Who wants to do wild clap? All right, guys, have a seat. Want to test your mic again?
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just saying, Curtis talks like that all the time.
yeah,
You know what I mean? At dinner, personal conversations on the phone. Conversations usually start off with, "You know," and then he perfectly constructs his sentences.
Yeah, he's a very, very, very grammatically structured guy. So today we want to have a big day. Today we want to get a lot done in a little bit of time. And what we're going to do today is some cool stuff. We're going to start out this morning. We're going to give you guys a perspective from not only the inside and also, you know, from the corporate side, I guess. I'm a little bit resistant. That's why I didn't roll right off the tongue. A little bit resistant to that word. But from the secret headquarters side, that sounds good. From the secret headquarters side, as well as from the outside, because I think one thing that's most important is that we all want to make sure that, you know, we're involved. And I mean, obviously the proof is all around us, so it's not like we need to sell, tell, explain, and convince. But it's nice to get an outside perspective. So we're going to bring some people up who are going to give us just their thoughts, their perspective. People have been in the industry for a long time, just kind of asking some questions, just do some Q&A. Then we're going to do a little bit of product and compensation plan stuff. We'll get into that and kind of take it as we go. But here's what I want to point out. We're also going to be giving away a lot of cash today. Okay, we're going to hand it. Who's excited about seeing some cash? Mac is. So we're going to give away some cash. We're going to bring up one of those big silver suitcases and make it look all gangster, okay? We've got the Scarface shirts on. Well, I've got mine on today anyway. And then we're going to give away some checks. Who's excited about seeing some checks? But here's what I want to point out is today from about 4:30 to 6:30, we're going to be doing something that's very unique and special. We've got something that we're going to be releasing, and it's not just our inner badass. We're going to be releasing something that, in our opinion, and usually we're pretty spot on with this stuff just because we've been doing it for long enough that we usually have an idea of what's going to happen that's going to completely not only revolutionize our industry, but also is going to make you guys a whole lot more money. And it's going to take these incomes from 10, 20, and 30,000 a month to 10, 20, 30,000 a day. Who's excited about that? Guys, this is literally just the beginning. I want to just point something out real quick. We are almost not yet, though, a year old, but our anniversary is coming up on Halloween this year. You guys, we together, are almost 1 year old. Can you believe that? Give yourself a big hand for that. You've made through all the ups and downs, all the bullshit, all the stuff that usually shuts companies down. You, us together have made it through that. And we're just getting started. Not only on the product side, okay, because we're literally just getting started with that stuff. It's just some concepts, the initial ideas. We haven't even really innovated yet, guys. But you guys are all affiliates here because this is an affiliate event. the incomes are just the beginning. We've been talking about this for a while now, but these incomes are literally top-tier incomes with low-tier products. This is not normal. It's not something that happens often, if ever. And I hate to get into the whole, this has never happened before, but the truth of the matter is the majority of this stuff hasn't. These incomes over the next course of the 3 to 6 months and then beyond, guys, are going to double and triple. Not just from the event, but also because of what we're going to release this afternoon, guys. This is something as affiliates you guys don't want to miss. So just make sure if you're, getting a little groggy around that time, or you need to go out there and slap yourself in the face and, splash some water on your face, do that and be here, guys, because we have brought you here to be a part of that and launch specific things as we can go, so we can go out here as a unit and go out there and help everybody double and triple their income. Who's down with that? Who's cool with that?
I just want to say this shit we say is so hilarious. You know what I mean? don't be a pussy, or at least you're a badass. I just think it's funny. That's all.
It's hilarious.
Now here's what we want to do, guys. Is we launched, and you guys heard the story last night. Everything broke. You know what I mean? We launched. We didn't have good infrastructure. I don't think we understood infrastructure. You know what I mean? It's like people looked at our site and it's like, I think there's 2 guys in like their living rooms running this thing. And yeah, there was. You know what I mean? I used to, when we first started, we didn't even have a customer support desk. I don't think we actually had. We got a thing for customer service, and Dave and I used to answer. You know what I mean? People said, and it's not working. I'd say, stop complaining, go make some money. Didn't really work very well, to keep people around. I'd be like, what idiots? Why don't they just go sell stuff? You know what I mean? So that didn't work. But then, we didn't understand like laws and putting things together, and we started to get really big. You know what I mean? And so Dave and I we're on the phone every day with lawyers in the beginning. A lot of people don't know that, for hours. Banks, lawyers, the most boring conversations you've ever had in your life. You know what I mean? It's like, it's enough to just, the conversation would speed up the drying of paint by 200%. And so, we were doing this stuff, and then it was like, we got, a customer support person or 2, and then we got another one, and then, they were working all over the world, and then Dave got an assistant, and we were looking at this, and we're like, God, we're just doing all this crazy stuff. We tell you guys you don't have to do all this stuff, and you don't, because there's like an army of people doing it. You know what I mean? That's why we tell you guys to not do customer support, because there's people doing it, and you suck at it, right? And don't want to do it anyway, right? So, we have people for that, and so we, Dave got on the phone. He's like, I think we should just start hiring people. We started getting advice, and we've actually got an infrastructure now. And so what we want to do is show you guys that. We're down to, I think, the other day we were down to only 100 customer support requests for the first time ever. You know what I mean? When we started, we used to have 1,000. We just deleted them.
True story.
Yeah.
Twice.
It's like these things just keep going up. And I was like,
Sorry.
People were like, my support request isn't answered. We're like, we deleted it. So that's what you got to do, guys, is surround yourself with people that are better than you at the things you're not good at. Does that make sense? So we're going to bring up some people and just get some feedback from them, show you guys kind of what our plans are, and then we're going to get into the affiliate side. We're going to randomly bring up some people that we haven't told to bring up and ask them some cool questions. You know what I mean? Especially the nervous ones. Who don't like to be in front of people.
We want to help them release their inner badass. Usually what happens with people, they're nervous and they don't want to come in front of people, and then they come at an Empower Network event, and then they can't get enough of it.
By the way, who thought the mask thing was badass?
I was in my seat going, well, you couldn't see my face, but I was like, this is epic! This is epic!
So this is how, and the people we've asked to come up, you guys just come up here real quick. We'll introduce you here as you're coming along. There's like
Glennis, Laurel, Curtis, Lisa, Diane, Jerry.
So this is how this idea comes up. This is how most of our stuff comes up.
Jerry, hustling. Guys, give Jerry, we'll tell you who he is in a second. Give Jerry a round of applause. Don't do that. Yeah. you want, brother. You get the pick of the litter. Yeah, you're badass.
Your first one up, Diane. Diane Kennedy, everybody. Some of you guys know her. Our CPA. Some of you guys need to pay taxes. Hey, I'm good. You're awesome. Yes. Hey, you're awesome. All right, hey, over here. You know, we can't leave this guy alone by himself. So, guys, here's what we want to do. We want to get some perspectives on a few things because, you know, some people even, you know, they look at me and they're like, that guy lives in Costa Rica to avoid taxes. You know what I mean? And I'll just be truthful, if I could, you know, probably.
It actually is funny, the different messages that I see in different places, like, hey, Wood, he's down in do you live in Costa Rica too? Do you live there to avoid taxes? And then the same ones are like, hey, do you know any ways I could save money on taxes?
They're like, why is the company based in Costa Rica? It's like, I just live there, dork. Right? So anyways, we've got a lot of different people, and a lot of you guys know Curtis and Lisa. They've been up here. I'm going to go through, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take real quick 30 seconds, have these folks introduce themselves, and then we're going to ask them some questions, because what we want you guys to see more than anything is we ain't going anywhere. Okay? And if you could get that out of this morning and just trust us that we're going to stick around, I think that'll serve a purpose of most of the day, truthfully. So let's start with you guys, if you'd like, because this is fun.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Laurel McLean with Take Charge Events.
Give her a hand.
And we've been planning the event since Atlanta, so here
Thank God.
We would have showed up with a microphone that would be broken. If it worked for you guys, thank you.
Want more about us?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Talk as long as you want.
No. Okay, so my background is I'm a certified meeting planner. I've been in the event business for 25 years. I'm also a certified marketing director, so I know the other side of the business in marketing as well. So we've been doing these kinds of things, events for everything from Fortune 500 companies to the Super Bowl and on. So we're excited to be here. I'm going to hand it to my partner, Glennis.
Well, I guess I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I've done several different things. So Laurel and I actually, both our degrees are in aeronautical engineering technology, and so I don't know why we're in the event planning business, but we are. I was part of the original management team with America West Airlines, and I've been where you guys are. I was in network marketing for 16 years. Started as a distributor. I was very fortunate to be a six-figure a month earner, and really fortunate when I met Lisa and Curtis, because Lisa and I were vice presidents of the network marketing company, and Curtis was our consultant and then became our wow guy. So I understand where you are, and you're in the right place at the right time.
So just to be clear, you've actually earned $100,000 a month as a rep.
Yes, I have.
Okay, just give her a hand.
By the way, guys, if you look around at these events, I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I walked into Atlanta, I was like, holy shit, this is badass. And you come into an event like this, and I mean, you look around, and it's like, we want to make sure that we give you guys the absolute best that we can get. And I mean, these events, these are $250,000 events. I mean, not that that's super relevant to you guys, but I mean, just to let you know, we're all in. When we tell you guys to be all in, we're all in, and we've got the best of the best when it comes to putting on these events, because you deserve it.
I'm Diane Kennedy. I'm a CPA. How many people have heard of a guy named Robert Kiyosaki? That's actually how I got started in doing seminars. As I worked with Robert, his CPA, got on stage with him, wrote a number of books. Actually, we had the first tax book to make the New York Times bestseller list. Now, how many people think that would be exciting? So I've also had the opportunity, I've been invited to the White House for the first ever financial literacy roundtable. I've been invited to talk to members of the Senate Finance Committee. So I've had the opportunity of seeing kind of on both sides. And I'll be absolutely honest, you know, to keep a secret, the whole reason I do that is so I have some names if I ever need them. But what I do is I help businesses and owners that are working to build their businesses, and they want to do it in the safest, fastest way possible. And that's a lot of times by making sure you pay the least amount of taxes. So that's what I help people do.
No, she's, give her a hand, give her a hand. She helps us with she helps us with analyzing our financials, taxes, a whole bunch of other things like that, tax advice, and just a million things. And she's just a total gangster. So we'll go.
And the truth of the matter is, just real quick, I mean, we've got several funny stories, but I mean, usually the majority of the time, if anybody's has anybody ever owned a business outside of network marketing in here before? Well, what you'll find is a lot of times your ideas and the things that you go to do are actually illegal. They are.
Some of the really good ones too.
Yeah, I mean, some of the best, I mean, you come up with an idea and it's like, I'm going to be rich. And you go to somebody like Diane and she's like, you would be rich, unfortunately, that's illegal. You can't do it.
Yeah, well, I was like, could we just move the whole company to the Cayman Islands? She was like, no. There you go.
So I just want to, that story really had no point except that Diane keeps us from doing dumb shit, honestly. So give her another hand.
Now, she doesn't give us legal advice. We do have a lawyer for that. He's not here today. You guys heard him last time. So, Jerry, why don't you introduce her? By the way, this is our new COO. Okay, he's our Chief Operations Officer.
Funny stories about Jerry, I may tell him after if you don't tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but go ahead, brother. Jerry is one badass mofo. Go ahead, man.
So here I am on day 5 on the job. I started Monday morning.
We told him 5 minutes ago that he's coming up. Just dancing.
Good news is he's still here.
And I have the scars to prove it. If you look and see Band-Aids on me, it's because I don't know how to stop. But these guys make you go top speed all the time. So if you're not all in, I was all in on day 1. So here I was doing my little HR consulting firm thing, digging along, and then Dave Sharp, Samantha, who you've met, calls me and says, hey, you want to meet my new boss, Dave Sharp? And then I was like, yeah. So we do the Skype thing, and he's like, I think you're a little stuck up, dude, but maybe we'll work with you. I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm stuck up about. Then I fly down to Tampa and I come in my starched polo shirt, nice dress slacks and shoes. And Dave walks in flip-flops, torn shirt, and shorts. And I was like,
Into the corporate office.
I was like, I'm supposed to work with this guy. Then I find out that they really only want to hire badasses, and so I set out to hire employees 3 through 10, and we have already built up a staff of 15 in Tampa in the span of the last 6 to 8 weeks. And the sole purpose is to support you. So if you watch now as support has gotten better, this event, the whole registration thing, if you were in Atlanta versus here, you just seen a night and day change. That Samantha, Emily, Ashley, and the rest of the team just busted their ass.
Give them a hand. They're not in here because they're out there being badass.
We have some of people from all walks of life are on our team. People from all walks of life are out there with you. So that's what we want to do is support you really well. I'm looking forward to just busting ass for you every day, all day, making this the most enjoyable team that you've ever worked with. Thank you.
Hey, by the way, he's actually a lawyer too.
But this is the same guy that said lawyers make paint dry. I was trying not to bring that up. And I hope you will not hold that against me.
Now hold on a second. I just want to say something here because damn it, I said if you didn't tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, I was gonna show your ass a little bit. So here's the hilarious thing, okay? I remember starting to work with Jerry. It was like HR consultant, and I was like, I mean, you just post Craigslist ads. That's how you hire people. Because I mean, I hired some great people through this cool little system that I had developed, and then somebody suggested that we get an HR consultant. And I was like, for what? So I met Jerry and we started working together, and he started flying over, and he was over in the office every week, and I was like, this guy just. Every time I turn around, there he is. He's just always in the office. And he lived in Dallas at this time. Okay, so for the last 6 to 8 weeks or 2 months, it seemed like longer because we've been working together almost, not hand in hand, but daily. And you know, so we knew that we needed to expand our infrastructure. Now, Jerry I don't know what type of lawyer, but you practiced back before you opened up an HR consulting firm. So Jerry had at least 30 clients, right, in your HR consulting firm. But I want you to think about this and the things that we tell you and teach you and share with you guys about our perspective compared to what we've done inside of the network marketing direct sales industry, and why it's most important, why we want you to enjoy yourself and not, you know, slave away doing dumb stuff. Well, you know, we had an opening and we said, hey, you know, this is a position that we're looking to hire, and you actually went out there and looked for your position for a little while until we sat down and had a conversation, and was like, hey, you know, I think you might be the guy for the job. And Jared, I'll tell you what, looked me dead in the eyes and he said, there ain't no thinking about it, I am the guy for the job. And you know what Jerry did? You know what Jerry did? I want to tell you guys what Jerry did. He said, went home, talked to his wife, and, you know, of course, because he's a consultant, he consulted with her. And exactly, smart man. He called us back and said, I'll be on the ground in 2 weeks, ready to go. That was Monday. He gave up what he was doing to come here and help us guys. That is being all in. That's inside to match the field. That's our goal. We feel that we've got the most badass customer and affiliate base, and we want the same thing to be reflected on the inside. So that's why we've got this group of people. But now we've got some other badass. We're not even done. There's just badass after badass after badass. It's unbelievable.
Hi, my name is Lisa Grossman. I've been in the network marketing arena for a long, long time. I think like 20-something plus years, and I'm pretty much, we're aging me now. Okay, fine, I'm old. And I've been in the network marketing arena for half my life, and I've done it all. Corporate consulting, built some teams in the field, all over the world, and I'm good. My father used to say there are two types of people, talented and gifted, and I'm talented. I know all the gifted people, and I keep their phone numbers, and I managed to meet more. And 3 months ago, I met these guys through a mutual friend here at Worry, and he thought maybe we could help him a little bit. And I recognize a couple of things in my life that have always served me well. One is talent, one is the place to be to have fun, and the third is the magic dust that occasionally infects a direct selling opportunity. There are a lot of companies that have great comp plans and great products and work, and a lot more that don't, by the way. But occasionally, every once in a while, there's a company that has the magic dust. Because when you look at it at first glance, you're not sure that it will work. You think it probably won't if you were to judge it based on, as Dave said last night, the facts. Because at first glance, it doesn't measure up to anything you've ever seen before. It doesn't have a reference point. They're Star Trekkers, they go where no one's gone before. But occasionally, when the right group of people come together at the right time to do something totally crazy that absolutely should never work, the thing you can be sure of is that if and when it does, it will be unstoppable and like nothing you've ever seen before. And we knew that that's what this was, and we were just very, very grateful to be given the opportunity to be a part of it and to help out, because when you die, you want to say you were a part of a couple things that were special in your lifetime. I've seen this twice before in a 30-year career, so for those of you who don't know it, take advantage of it, because you probably won't see it again for another decade, if you see it at all.
What's the biggest team that you've ever built?
$1 million plus.
$1 million?
$1 million people plus.
How many people are in your team now?
Over $250,000.
Just curious. Curtis.
Period.
Yeah, let me tell you what really smart is. I talked to him and let me be our partner. That's the really talented part. Hi, Curtis Brome. Nice to meet you guys.
Hey Curtis, would you just mind just doing that yeah baby thing? Just how you step out of the guys. Do you want to see Curtis do the step out of the shower? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, well, I said, you know, if you don't know how to sleep, when you step out of the noise, you go, all right, baby, let's go. 53 years old, studied engineering in college, dropped out because I decided I like people more than numbers. Got in the hospitality industry, and by age 26, I was the youngest general manager for the largest privately held hotel company in the world. Decided I didn't like working for anybody, started my own businesses, introduced network marketing at 30. Have built teams. I had really good coaches. Failed for 2 years because I thought I was smarter than everybody. Wouldn't listen to anybody, and was quitting when someone said they would be willing to mentor me if I start to act stupid and stop being an arrogant, you know, obnoxious jerk. And so I did. I shut up, I listened, I learned, which is, I think, the best lesson. The lesson is, what we said earlier, get around those who have done it. Don't try to be smarter than, be willing to be open to. And then about 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, met my now partner Lisa. And a company was building a team, and they asked me to join the management company or management group of that team and or that company, and went on and became the worldwide president of a NASDAQ national market traded $200 million company. We were in 30 countries around the world, and I'm based out of Hong Kong in Asia. And then when we got out of that, because public companies are driven by board of directors who don't really know and understand that it's about the heart and spirit and soul of distributors, went back in the field, and now we're building teams. And we did a lot of consulting in between. And the way we chose who we wanted to work with was typically they were just friends of good friends. And that's how we met these guys. Eric Worre is a great, over 20-plus year friend of Lisa's, been a good friend of mine now for 5 or 6 years. And in Vegas, he said, I've got some guys I need you to meet. They're unique, they're different, they're new at this, their passion is extraordinary, and maybe you guys could just have a conversation, some insight. And that's all we did. We just started talking around the pool. And I'll never forget, one of the first things that Dave and I talked about was the Atlanta event. And you said, hey, listen, I just got a question. Listen, I'm just kind of curious. If we've got 1,100 rooms booked, is $15,000 a good price for the ballroom? And I said, ow. And he goes, oh, a little bit much? I said, just a little. He said, how much? About $15,000. And so that's when it all began. And
a conversation by the pool in Las Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing that was magical was, and you've seen it if you've really been paying attention, and Lisa touched on it. After all years of consulting, people would call us and say, what about this or that? I'd say, you don't have to worry about the product, don't worry about the comp plan. That's not the thing you gotta look at first. Over time, hopefully those are great. You need to look at who is in the seat that has the ability to take the company out of business if they lose heart. Not keep it in, because if things go great, that'll happen. What happens when things get really nasty and really difficult? Because if you're going to build great things, it's going to get really crappy at times. Nothing happens perfect every time and smooth every time. The question is, do the people in the seat who have the ability to pull the plug, do they have the balls, do they have the courage, and do they have it in, are they going to go all the way? And that was the first thing we sat down with these guys, and we talked about. And I said, so, I just want to know, what is the point, or what's your exit strategy, or what's the point when it's too much, or what is it, or as Lisa's done in trainings all over the world, you know, I will not quit until ... What's your ... And it was death. We're just not going to stop. We'll never quit. That's when we decided this would work. We've had people now all around the world ask us, so we hear you see your, what's the thing? I said, nothing more than what it is. A very good personal friend said, I'd like you to help some really good friends. And when friends call and ask to help friends, you just say, sure. And then what we saw was an opportunity for greatness, because these guys, they don't know everything. They just know everything they need to know. And that is that there is nothing that is bigger than what they believe they can do, and there is nothing that is so fearful that they can't overcome it. And that's all you need. And the rest of it is they put together a great team, and that's why this is such an exciting thing just to watch and be a part of, just because it's going to be great one day in 20 years to say, I remember I was there on that first day. And you guys are part of a very, very small, tiny elite group for the rest of eternity, there will be the rest of the history of Empower. But you can say, many of you can say, I was there in Atlanta, and that's okay. You guys can now say, but I was there when it truly went, and that started right here in San Diego, and you'll be right.
Want to join?
My credit card was getting kind of just warm in my butt. Just kind of.
And for 10,000, Dave, I too will be.
So here's what we're going to do, and what I want to do is just go through and ask a few questions to these guys. We don't have a tremendous amount of time to do this, and just get some perspectives on different things in our business, so you guys understand. What they've already said, which is we're here to stay. And once you get that, plus the fact that we've got what we've got going on, it's just a no-brainer to focus some energy and make $100,000. That's just, well, I mean, you should do that anyways, but don't be a wussy, but especially after this. So just real quick, back to the event planners, Glennis and Laurel. How long have you guys been doing events?
I've been doing events for 20 years, Laurel's been 25.
25, and you've done Super Bowls?
We've done Super Bowl, a lot of rock stars, we're on-site producers for...
Are you dating the father of a rock star? I'm kidding. Not mentioning that, I just like to turn her red. So, I have to. We'll just call him Rico Suave.
How red am I now?
No, so you're
just peachy. You're rosy. You're just rosy. Beautiful and rosy.
Yeah, no, you're not actually that red.
No, I've worked with a lot of rock stars. Some of them you're all too young to know, but Ludacris, Ray Charles, Doobie Brothers, Styx, you name it, all genres. But these are my two favorite rock stars, I will tell you that much. And that's no kidding, they are. They're my rock stars.
You're our two favorite rock stars.
Now here's what I wonder. One more question. How many network marketing events have you done? Because you've been doing this for a long time.
I couldn't probably count how many I've done, yeah. I've done a lot. And to be honest with you, what happens with a network marketing company is they start their events, just like the Davids did, and they might get a few hundred people, maybe 500 people. I was blown away when the credibility, I'll step back a little bit. I trust Lisa and Curtis implicitly when they tell me that they have found two guys who are amazing and are here to stay and are brilliant with what they do, and could I come and help them? I don't even think twice. We just said, where do we need to be and what can we do? So we had, was it 10 days to plan your first event, I think?
10 days.
I think it was 10 days.
Well, we
It was 8 days.
We did hire some other event planners. How much had they done exactly?
It was right around.
You showed up. The other ones we paid like, I don't know.
It was a little scary. We got there and there was zero done. So you guys would have all shown up in an empty hall with no stage, no lighting, no seats, no hotel rooms.
We would have all just held hands and kind of sang Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. That's pretty much what you would have been doing.
By the way, how we picked Atlanta was we said, we're going to do an event in Atlanta.
And then we were like, oh shit, Tracy lives there. She could probably put some stuff together. Hey, who's in Tracy's team here? Damn, leaders. Damn. I'm ADD a little bit, sorry.
But what I saw in Atlanta was amazing because the dedication to the Davids was phenomenal because you sensed the belief that we felt. And so we said, what do we need to do from now on to help you? What they did say is, you've got 5 minutes to decide the next location. So we picked San Diego and didn't even know if we could find a place. And luckily we were able to slide in between a group of 30,000 and 16,000 who are checking in on Sunday. But whatever the Davids asked us to do, we do, because now look at this. This is the second event they've had in a few months. And look at the size of this room. It's amazing. I've never seen this happen before. Give yourselves a hand as well.
That's not because of us, guys. That's because of you. It's not about us. It's not because, guys, it's because of you.
Well, last thing that I just want to emphasize is not everybody heard because everybody's clapping, right? you said that you've never seen it. Have you ever seen an event go from 1,250 to 2,500 or whatever? I actually don't know how many people have actually registered at the door in a network marketing company its first 2 events.
Never. I've never seen it, and that's what's so amazing. When we were kind of monitoring the tickets to see how many seats, how we had to do the lighting, staging, whatever, we couldn't believe how fast the tickets were selling. Again, that goes back to your basic belief in 2 people standing here on the stage, or you wouldn't be here. And I guess the thing I have to say is you are in the right place at the right time, because I have been on the inside corporately, I've been a distributor, I know what to look for. So for me to do their events, I love doing events. Actually, I thought getting out of what I did would be easier, but you guys have kind of made us think a couple times about, let's go higher. I usually know who's speaking about a minute before they come up on stage, so that kind of helps me, but I really know they're going places, and Laurel and I are here to stay, because this room is going to keep doubling, and those of you who are here now, you better hold on, because you're going to watch this thing go skyrocketing, and I've been both sides of the business, and I really have never seen this before. So thanks, David and David, and again, thanks to all of you for being here, and we'll see you at the next one.
We wanted to thank you. Give her a hand. So, Diane, you know, we contacted you. I can't remember. I think I met you through Rob or at another convention or something. I can't even remember how we met originally. But then I was like, Rob, I need help, you know. And then he's like, talk to Diane, right? Talk to Diane. But you know, you started working with us and helping us get financial stuff in order, because you know we were like, you know, trying to get merchant accounts and things like that on the phone all day with bankers, which I mean, you got lawyers and then you got bankers, right, as far as interest goes, right? And they're like, I remember having a conversation. They're like, well, can you show us a P&L? I was like, potatoes and lettuce, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, so you know, Dave and I are good at selling, and
That's it.
yeah, I mean, so we need good people around us, and so just from your perspective, you actually look at our processing and our bank accounts and how much we're paying out and how much we're spending on stuff. I mean, what's your perspective just on the company, how fast it's growing? I mean, you're our CPA, so she actually knows. You know what I mean? We can't say, oh yeah, we're doing 10 million a month, and she's like, liars. You know what I mean? Of course, we are doing about $1 million a month past that through other merchants, but you know, through our account, it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You know, in my business, I always say I get to see the truth of it, you know, because there's pretenders out there. Well, you can look at the room and you know these guys aren't pretending, right?
Right. Right.
We saw how many people are getting money. Now, the next thing you have to kind of watch for is money. I always say money doesn't change people, it reveals people. And so you look at the people at the top, and what are they doing? Do they believe this? Are they the people that you want to have managing it? And I can tell you that as they get more money, David Woods becomes more David Woods. Anybody know what I'm talking about with that? Okay. And the fact is that there is, one of the things you're always looking for in a fast-growing company is are there enough assets to cover? And I will tell you that I'm actually telling them, you don't need to put that much money away. And they do. I've never seen anything like it. Usually I'm telling companies, put more away, you've got to save more. These guys are putting reserves around all over the place. It's refreshing.
She's extremely helpful. We're always trying to come up with some scheme on how we can, so if we do this, we can pay less tax. And usually she's like, well, yes, and they'll come in black helicopters. But sometimes we can figure something out. Yeah, but you've helped us a ton. I just wanted to applaud you. And another thing, you do work with some other people as their accountant now. Obviously, you have confidential stuff with your clients unless they're sitting there telling you to tell everybody. But a couple in particular, have you ever seen them make money in a network marketing business so fast as they've been able to do here?
No, and I do work with other people.
And she looks at their banks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is the fastest growing I've ever seen. With people that are actually keeping it, you know, I mean, people can spend a lot of money, but are you really building an asset? And you guys are building an asset quickly.
Well, our asset is you guys.
Exactly.
That's what I want you to understand. Our asset is how much you got in your bank account so we can show the world and then get more people in, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing also that I want to point out to you guys is that a lot of times when you start making money inside of any industry, but especially in this one, because there's a lot of lifestyle stuff going on. There's a lot of flash, and sometimes people will make, you know, 20,000 and forget that you can't keep it all. You just don't. So what our goal is to bring a little bit of awareness of that. Really, if we can have an army of people who are financially responsible, who not only have integrity personally, but also are responsible with their finances, because we don't want people, you know, making $100,000 a month and then going and spending it and realizing at the end of the year that, you know, you're in the red. Okay, so not.
And we also don't want to read in the newspaper 100,000 per month earner in power goes to jail.
So we've got some plans to come out with some stuff. I mean, obviously there's a lot going on right now. We've got some plans to do some stuff that are to just educate as much as possible, because here's what I think our biggest asset is up until this point is that when we learn something, we share it. When we're going through something back, remember when we went through the merchant account stuff at the very beginning and we just jumped on a live stream and we just shared what we were going through? Well, one of the biggest takeaways from something like that, and a lot of times I don't even realize that that's a big takeaway until I look back at it, but one of the biggest takeaways is that, shit, this is what it takes to build a business. And it's not always peaches and cream. It's not always easy. So what we want to do is show you guys that and share the stuff that we're learning and experiencing and going through and kind of hacking through the jungle with the machetes. Share that with you. So look out for some stuff here in the near future that's going to help you and give you some insight. Because if we know something that can help you make more money and save more money. Because remember, saving money is cool too. Agree?